You have to tell her, listen to her and tell her that we will together handle. We cannot change her. This is all what she requires. Do it. You will have a better mind. This is what is called prioritizing. Listen to her. Same thing at home and the office also. Listen to that fellow. Listen to that fellow, even if you know what he's going to talk. Listen. Therefore, it is two things. You have to listen to that fellow. That is part of management. You have to listen to that fellow. After listening, you have to make him feel while listening. While listening, don't listen to phone calls and don't write and then something. That is not. While listening, listen. And then he should know that you have listened to. You have heard. That is the therapy. That is administration. Then afterwards, you decide whatever. And listen to whatever we say, okay, we will do what we can do. Tell, that's your decision. But let him have the satisfaction that you had heard him. That's an important thing as an executive. To make the other person understand that he has been cared and he has been listened to. You are listening to that person is not enough. You have to make him understand that he has been listened to. That means you are a good executive. Now, there are a lot of small things I have to say. This is enough. I would like to so now listen to, invite some questions. Here is some question. The percentage of importance to be given to personal enrichment, family, work, society. Family is important. And these days, we cannot perhaps give so much time to the family. Not the family is available for that. I don't think family wants that also. But we have to spend quality time. We need to spend quality time with the spouse, quality time. Just give only the time. Use the time just to talk to that person. So that's the time. Then children, sitting with the children, reading for the children, asking them about the school, about what has happened. When it's a small child or a small class, it's very important for them. What happened today, what it is all about. We have to keep asking. What has happened? Then the children will grow very well. With confidence, self-confidence. And you have to participate in their school life, their sports life. Not pushing them all the time. Participate. Read for them a lesson. If you can do that. And find out where they have got difficulty. If they say, I am very poor in maths, nobody is poor in maths. It's logical after all. The child is frightened of maths because of maths teacher. Because maths teacher has got a big moustache. Or he himself doesn't know what it is all about. More often than not, he doesn't know. He always looks at the board, not the children. algebra, geometry, none of them knows. They themselves passed scoring 40 marks, 40%, 50%. And therefore, so you have to appoint somebody to help them. Even if they have finished school final, they are going to college, even then you have to ask them to go very quickly. Where the mistake they should find out. Because it's logical progression. Is a completely logical discipline. In that discipline, where the problem is, they have to find out. Then from there, if they come, they will be scoring 100%. I have helped so many people like this, telling them, please have a tuition in this manner. Mere tuition won't work. This manner you have to have tuition. Then you don't need tuition afterwards. The child doesn't need tuition. And the fellow was afraid. He wanted to become an engineer. He was afraid to join. He was afraid that he won't do it. He can't do it. The maths is a problem. I said, maths won't be a problem. Then I asked for a tuition, which asked him to go through the whole thing. He went through, then afterwards he became an engineer. He was first in his college. Thus, nobody is irrational. And therefore, we have to sit with them. Quality time. Even Sundays, enough. Quality time. These days we have to spend, percentage we cannot say, quality time you spend. That's enough. And you ask the children what's going on, what is that, and everything you have to ask. The spouse also quality time. Work is, we have to delegate work. We have to learn how to delegate work and see that what is delegated is done. And if I have to study and learn, if I have to do some course, I have to attend a workshop or a seminar, I have to do that. Personal enrichment is very important. An opportunity like this, when it comes, one should make use of it. It's also important. And therefore what I say, it all amounts to saying that a care for your own growth, you care for children, care for spouse, care for their family, is very important. The spouse family also is very important. Do what you can do, and caring for your staff and in general society. Participate in programs that are meant for the society upliftment. You can join, you can participate. And I think it's important all the corporations participate in this kind of programs, seva programs, service programs, society, because needs that. Especially public limited companies, whether it is private limited or public limited. there should be some kind of sharing and caring. It's more caring than sharing. We are all part of the same thing. It's a whole. Society is one whole. And we need to participate in some of those. Culture also is important. Promotion of culture. That's also important. National. And we have a profound culture. Is promotion. Our culture is a religious culture. We should not say we are secular. Secular means what? When we say money is Lakshmi, where is secularism? Therefore, we should participate. Therefore, I would say the whole person is involved. Family comes first, and naturally, when there is, because my own happiness depends upon the families. I'm a part of the family. I cannot pull myself out, and therefore their happiness becomes my happiness. So that family. And the workplace also is an extended family. That is also family. There also I have this is number one, and that is number two. And work, in the process I grow. So an opportunity comes for me to grow myself, I do that. Enrich myself. So, it's a question of prioritizing. And I would say, I cannot say percentage because depending upon what type of work, but I can say care of the family is important. Children, important. Because children means we are making their lives. So it's a responsible thing. Nowadays we have come to know the unconscious is there because mother is not available, father is not available. Therefore the unconscious gets built up before 4.5 years. Therefore, being available, make yourself in the awareness of the child, there should be your presence always. So it's an important thing to spend time with them, read a story for them, especially when they're small. Then from then on, if you bring them up in teenage, you won't have a problem. Otherwise, teenagers will be a problem. You can't handle them. And so, any other question, please? Yeah. In making decisions,
the power of intuition.
Power of intuition. Intuition is very important. Is important. An intuitive person alone can make it, but you can't go by intuition. Sometimes we don't know which is wishful thinking and what is intuition. Therefore, because there is no pramana. After having the intuition, you have to do homework. You have to see the ground realities. And we have to see the ground realities, whether we can invest, whether we can take up this project, whether we can stand it if we lose, and how we can stand it. All the variables we have to see. And then take a decision, because we can only plan and do. We are ready to take whatever comes. Therefore, there will be no fear of losing. But plan we have to. Udyamam, Sahasam, Dhairyam, these are all things that we require. Udyamam, effort. Sahasam, enthusiasm, enterprise. Dhairyam, courage. Udyamam, Sahasam, Dhairyam, Buddhihi, know-how, homework. Shakti, resources. Have manpower, your resources. Parakramam, readiness, preparedness to face obstacles. These are the 6 things. If one has these 6 things, then the Lord is a help to you if you invoke. Yatra Shadete yatra vartante tatra devaha sahayakrit. Where these 6 things are there, the Lord becomes a great help to you. Sahayakrit. Sahayam Shaivavar. He becomes a great help. But for that we pray. Because hidden variables are too many. So, intuition is important because we go by intuition, but we take decisions on the basis of ground realities. Oh, it's very clear. How should we deal with jealousy between colleagues at the workplace? Very difficult. Very, very difficult, because jealousy is considered to be, it's called matsarya. Parotkristam drishtva jayamana santapaha is a definition. So somebody goes up and these fellows' sorrow increases. And therefore, Jayamana Santapa. Santapa is tapa, pain, sadness. It increases because the other fellow is going up. So it's considered to be the most unreasonable emotion, but all emotions are reasonable from our standpoint, because the person has the same ambition and is not having, and therefore some jealousy is there. And they may have sibling rivalry. Mostly it's all sibling rivalry. Sibling means brother, sister. Rivalry while growing up didn't get the same attention. Suppose especially the difference is there between 2 children, the difference is less than 4 years. So there is going to be the child that is 2 years or 3 years, that also needs attention, parental attention. New child is born. This, of course, child also needs attention. And therefore, that the grown-up child will always manipulate the parents and get the attention. And therefore, the small child is always denied. Then it ends up in the form of jealousy. Either sometimes older ones become jealous, subject to jealousy, or younger ones. Whoever manipulates better makes it in some way And others, the other who cannot manipulate, who doesn't manipulate, well, becomes a victim. And they're jealous. Therefore, there is some psychology behind this jealousy. So you deal with it only with some kindness, and then take that person into account, include the person, and make that person included. It's very important you include the person. You cannot change the person immediately, but you can include the person and minimize the jealousy. You have to include the person, understand the person. The person, nobody is jealous just because the person wants to be jealous. Jealous because of some psychology. It's very unfortunate. Therefore, you have to be a little kind to that person and include the person, and then there will be no problem. There will be less problem. I won't say no problem. If the result is decided, if you are very kind, that also will attract jealousy. See, in spite of my being jealous, he's so kind, I'm not able to be kind. Let it be. Let it be. Don't worry. A jealous person is always find some reason for jealousy. It's okay. So, but then you have to include the person, neutralize. If the result is decided, fate, then what is the role of hard work or prayer? Result is, I don't say the result is decided. The result implies a lot of things. Your effort, your effort also, your planning, your effort, all that is involved. Plus something else is involved. Now, the Indian team, this is a typical example. The Indian cricket team, after lot of hype, went to some place where? South Africa? No, West Indies. Went to West Indies. Everybody is waiting. And the first match with Bangladesh, that itself is an anticlimax. See what happened. And afterwards is Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka, the previous year, they had beaten them black and blue. Now what happened? And those fellows, we can make that 250 runs or some whatever runs. Kya baat hai? And they all come back.